Good day, I am Aaron Rogers and you are watching The Locker Room. Okay, so today we are joined by one of our national volleyball players from the women's team that qualified to go to Japan 2018.
Yes.
Right? We are joined by Jalicia Ross-Kydd.
Yes.
All right, Jalicia, thank you very much for joining us.
You're most welcome.
All right, and we just want to ask you a few questions,
Yes.
get an idea of how it is you got into volleyball.
Okay. Yes. Well, initially, I knew nothing of volleyball until I was about 18. I did start off with a very athletic background, though. I ran track, I did hurdles, and I did high jump. So getting into it was quite an experience because I never heard about it, and I started to play on concrete actually, not the indoor, nice, lovely surface that's cushioned. Yeah.
So that was a lot of bruises and things for you there.
It was, but that is one of the things that gave me the resilience to train hard, because starting off on a surface and in an area that's not, well lit, one, it's not well cushioned, two, and you had to go through the rigor of training. It did help me when I did get into the ideal situation to train.
All right, and beside let's say the playing on the concrete and stuff,
Right.
What other struggles you may have had getting as you got into the game?
Well, I got into the game, and within a year I was offered a scholarship to go to a university with no sort of volleyball ability. I got the scholarship essentially because I was athletic and I could have touched the basketball rim. So getting there, I was placed on a team with very qualified and able-bodied athletes, including Kellyanne Belingi, who has returned to play the national team. And so it was trying in the first year to be like somebody who I have no clue. So initially it was learning the game, learning how to be balanced, learning some sort of coordination between the ball and hand and eye, which was very difficult. Yes.
Maybe you could give me an example later on also, because I have no kind of coordination, but we'll get back to that after.
That's fine.
Right? But as you got into the game,
Right.
Now I remember when we spoke off camera, you told me about some injuries you had and stuff.
Yes.
Well, with the injuries and stuff, how was it for you? Like the struggles, the pains, the training, everything. How was it?
Getting an injury, I think it's an inside joke that once you get an injury, your initial injury, at a university, it's the most ideal place to get injured because you have other athletes that's injured, so you don't feel as bad. And two, you have the able-bodied professionals to assist you to get through your injury faster and very professionally. So yes, I did have the pains, yes, I did have the aches, yes, it was very detrimental at that point because I was now learning the sport. But being on a team that was very skilled, I had my mindset and the work ethic that I was going to get through the injury and again be a part of the team and be able to perform.
Well, that's a good thing you had a support team behind you.
Yes, amazing.
All right. Now, as I mentioned earlier, you are part of a team that is going Japan for the women volleyball tournament.
Yes.
Now, how is that for you? I know it's a big honor as part of the volleyball team, right? But how has that process been for you?
The process has been long. It's about 13 years now I've been playing volleyball. Initially when we started and I returned from university, now having some skill and meeting our now coach who was then being introduced to the national program, no one had any clue about playing even high level at the Nausicaa tournaments. We were scared to even play against the USA team, getting beaten on 3, that sort of thing. The process has been long. Now we are one of those teams that we are very much respected with any country that we come up against. But that's just the process of training though. In Trinidad it's very hard because volleyball is not one of the most recognized sports. I think a lot of people are now learning about it. So even qualifying for Japan, we hope to get a lot of the Trinidad public and the private companies on board and knowing the sport, knowing the potential of the sport to be very far and not just making it to the World Championship, but eventually in sometime I wouldn't be a part of the team then though, but be a part of the Olympics. So this is a very honorable, prestigious tournament that we qualified to, and it was definitely one of my goals starting after we qualified for Grand Prix, which was last year. Yeah.
Congratulations on that.
Thank you so much. Yes.
Right, now, I know you said you got into volleyball at age 18 or so, but you also mentioned other sports like high jump and that kind of stuff. Who were your mentors basically for those other sports?
Well, essentially everyone ran track when you were in primary school or when you got into secondary school. I trained with Eagles when I was in secondary school under Miss Agard, and so it was easy, but at that point I had to transition from secondary school to go to the University of the West Indies, and I wasn't able to handle training in Vancouver in Central and then having to head back up to UE. But it was at University of West Indies that I met a coach, Maksud Ali, who is the coach of Glamorgan, and he encouraged me to continue with the volleyball and be a part of the national program.
All right. Now, I know you said you've been in for around 13 years now.
Yeah.
I just want to find out, what are your plans after this sport? Do you plan to be in the sport still, like coaching like Nancy, or?
After the sport, I will definitely be around, more than likely in the stands, but I will lend a supporting hand, whether it be to any coach that takes over the program or now coach who would still be a part of the program, and continue to help develop the sport in Trinidad and Tobago, get, especially young girls aware of the potential, for sports, especially volleyball and women in sports. It's not just about playing a sport, but about, getting a scholarship, but about combining an education with an athletic background and working in both. So even if after all of that, you don't be a part of the national program, you're still able to use sport, as a stepping stone to get a free education, literally.
All right, Jalicia, well, thank you very much for gracing us with your presence on the locker room.
Yes.
Right?
Yes.
And good luck in your journeys to Japan.
Thank you so much.
Okay.
Yes.
All right, so this has been yet another edition of the Locker Room. You can check us out on Facebook and YouTube. You can search the Locker Room and on Instagram at the Locker Room. My name is Aaron Rogers. Peace.